Right now, I'm using a very specific 7-step listing formula to drive millions for brands such as Disney and Nickelodeon. And in this video, I'm just gonna break down all 7 for you so you can use them to boost your own Amazon sales in 2026. I'm Sean Farrington, and I'm in the Amazon trenches daily for my clients at Ecom Optimization. So I created the Amazon Listing Secrets to show you exactly how 7-figure brands turn dead listings into daily sales without more ads. It's yours for free. I'll drop a link in the description and you can just grab that and get started. Now, I want to take you step by step through exactly what to put on your Amazon product page in the exact right order to maximize your Amazon sales. Okay, so I'm pulling it up right now. We're gonna just start right at the top with what we call the above the fold section. So pretty much every Amazon seller starts here, but I'd say that 95% of them either missed some key opportunities here or they just missed the mark altogether. Amazon actually did a study where they found that the single biggest factor to success was getting sales above the fold. Because when shoppers do this, there's a better than 90% chance that you lost the sale. And that's why Amazon puts all of these traps right here. And this area right here is where so many of you may have lost the sale to your competitors. And the number one reason why shoppers scroll is lack of interest. So that should be a huge clue for you. And it's why we really need to maximize this above the fold section to let people know inside of 5 seconds why your product is their best choice. Because if you don't do that, they won't see anything else on your product page because you've already lost them. And now they're clicking on your competitor's page faster than a cat spotting an open can of tuna. My team at Ecom Optimization recently did an eye tracking study using heat maps on our clients' high-performing Amazon listings. This study showed us where Amazon shoppers look first. See where their eyes are drawn on these top-performing listings? So there is a process to getting this section right that generates millions a month in Amazon sales for my clients. Let me just break that down for you. First up, your main image. This is the image that got them on the listing, but now the shoppers are gonna go hunting. So this image, the title image, is where they will scroll next. The title image needs to clearly communicate the value or the result or the transformation that you're promising with your product. A recent study shows that people will look at an image for nearly 6 seconds on average. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm telling you, in the online world, 6 seconds is an eternity. Like enough time to question your life choices while waiting for a page to load. So what that means to you is that it's critically important to get each and every image working in your favor. Each image has to emotionally connect with Amazon shoppers. This is why you definitely want to lead with deep desires. Because one thing top marketers have always understood that most business owners don't is that people are not buying the product you're selling. They're buying the results that your product gives them. And that's an emotional buy-in. So if you can stir up the emotions that shoppers will feel after they purchase from you, you're doing far better than if you just tell them about the product. So that's the job of this title image. Next, we have supporting images. These are here to support the claim that your title image is making by clearly explaining exactly how you will get them the results that you promised. In other words, this is where you bring up your product. So it's kind of like saying, hey, Amazon shoppers, you're about to get this result. And oh, here's how you know that we can deliver on that proven result. Now your results and reasons could be, these 24-inch tongs keep your fingers from getting burned on barbecues. Or the adjustable heat means no more burnt fur smell. Or this parchment will help you craft chewy cookies that make family and friends smile. Or before sending your kids back to school, use cryogenic freezing to end embarrassing warts. And if you want to go even further with it, you can use little infographic clues on your images to really paint the picture even better. Simply highlight the results that they can expect. And now, to be clear, we are still working on the above the fold section because again, this section is just that important to your success, especially with the images. Internal studies by my team at Ecom Optimization have shown that 63% of your sales will happen right here, where shoppers' eyes are first drawn. And honestly, most businesses get this really wrong. They either put a photo of, some detailed section of the product or a shot of the ingredient sheet or just a product on a plain white background. But what's far better than any of those options is to use what I call a happy customer photo. So that doesn't mean it has to be one of your customers. It's more like a representation of the happily ever after that your customers will enjoy from your product. So let me be clear. I like to poke pains with language like avoid embarrassing warts, stay in place pouch for men, and no pinching or binding. 2, skin safe blades that stop, jams, cuts, and burns. But that's mostly in the wording, in the title, and the headlines, and the subheads. However, now that we have attention from those pain points, I want to show a person who's living pain-free and living embarrassment-free right now. Or show a person easily gliding a beefy 125-pound umbrella base over their deck using only one hand. The idea is to show a person living in a way that helps shoppers visualize themselves being happy, embarrassment-free, pain-free, or guilt-free. So overall, these images should feel happy and positive. Just show that happy feeling in some kind of context. Okay, so we're done with this one. We can finally move on to our next section, which is the problem-solution section. Most people call these the Amazon bullets, but really, they're a chance to speak clearly about the problem, agitate the pain, and then point them to the solution. While I like to keep the images generally positive, over here, this is a chance to poke at pains and then point them towards their desire. So supporting that desire over here is critical. You also want to use words in a way that are really emotional and specific. So the wording should never be something like sulfate-free or paraben-free. Those are just facts, right? The wording should be very descriptive about their current pains and what transformation they'll enjoy from your product. And this one's pretty simple. It's mostly going to be 5 paragraphs that lay out the problem that your customer is likely experiencing right now. However, to do this right, you'll generally want to use a tried and true process, what marketers call the Problem-Agitation-Solution copywriting framework. So going to our dog training example, you'd bring up the main point, which is something like, you love your dog, but let's face it, sometimes they cause stress. Then you agitate the pain by bringing up deeply emotional examples of bad behavior. Like maybe how pet parents are freaked out about their best friend digging and escaping and getting out of the yard because their neighbors have chickens, or maybe their fur babies wander into traffic and could get hit. Knowing that these are the fears that your customers face, you can point out how your invisible fence for dogs ends the digging, the chasing cars, the hurt chickens, and driving your neighbors nuts. Basically, you're saying that your solution is going to turn it all around. And my best pro tip here, when it comes to creating your problem solution wording, is to do something similar to what I've done here. Make this first paragraph start with wording like, fans tell us. The reason is, that wording slyly shifts the brain into a different mode. Seeing this, the brain says, hey, it's story time. And we are wired for stories. So this kind of wording signals the opening of a mini story with a sneaky dose of social proof. Study after study has shown that people respond to story better than pitches. And if you write it well enough and you lay out your pain points correctly, a mini story like this will pull them all the way through the rest of your copy. Fans say our 10-inch wine gift bag even holds a full bottle of gin as well as large craft beers without the blowouts, broken bottles, and stained carpets common with cheaper bags. See, that's all a little story. It has pain, peril, and payoff. And if you can pull it off, I highly recommend pairing this story with a really short video on your listing. Basically, you'll take these mini stories from your copy and tell them in a simple visual format, and then place that video right here. Tell about how fans once suffered, but now it's all solved. That will instantly make your product more memorable and trustworthy. And a simple video like this really just keeps shoppers glued to your Amazon product page longer, which means they're not sneaking off to check out your competitors. Again, Amazon has done studies on this, and product pages with videos on them increase conversions by 9.7% on average. And if you understand the power of conversion rates, a 9-point bump is nuts. And in my experience, if you're going to add video to your Amazon listing, you don't have to create a Hollywood production to get results. In fact, any video is better than the best video that never gets made, even if it's a simple slideshow video. Now we have the review section. This section is so important because this one area here proves to shoppers that you can deliver on all those promises you just made in your copy, in the images, and in that video. And look, top sellers do not let the reviews to chance. In fact, from the day my team and I onboard a new client, we get to work influencing this section right over here. Not only do we actively get great reviews, but we also work to plant some great keywords in those reviews. But even if you don't have the help of an awesome team like I do, you can still set yourself apart by taking some important actions, because the goal here is to hit very specific targets. Over the past decade of selling upward of $100 million on Amazon, my team at Ecom Optimization has seen measurable results when specific review counts are reached. The biggest benefit is increased conversion rates. When a shopper lands on your listing and sees gobs of 4 and 5-star reviews, their defenses naturally drop. Actually, 72% of Amazon shoppers will take action if they simply see positive reviews. And sure, most shoppers will never read the reviews. Most are happy just to see a good star rating. But that brings up an interesting point, because the optimal star rating changes by category. It would be easy to say that 4.5 stars is the goal. However, that's not always true. In some categories, like certain health and beauty categories, results are extremely subjective. Also, ratings in categories like these can depend deeply on how well customers follow instructions. In these categories, it's not uncommon to see 3.7 as the top star ratings. Also, some shoppers will actually read reviews, and that's why we need to give some special attention to curating the best reviews. Because notice how Amazon positions some of your reviews right here at the top. These top reviews are picked by Amazon based on things like the number of words written, whether the review contains images or video, and of course, these little buttons right here, how many people found this review helpful, which again, you can influence. So when managing your reputation on Amazon, the rule of threes apply. I definitely recommend targeting 3 reviews that do a really good job of saying something that's going to help shoppers overcome an objection, and that speak to at least one of your benefits or speak to the results that the rest of your product page is talking about. Look, when it comes to useful reviews, you don't care about the bland reviews. Let those alone. You know the ones I'm talking about, reviews that say, great product and highly recommend. Those reviews are not worth curating. You want to work on the reviews that say something positive and helpful. Those are the ones that should earn their top spot in your reviews. And the length of reviews is a factor as well. You know, for the most part, Amazon shoppers aren't going to read novels. That is, unless your product is expensive. Then you'll want to curate lengthy reviews. And always the top review should contain a photo or a video of the product. Videos and photos just hit a little harder than text-only reviews. Because hey, if a regular person is willing to stand behind his review publicly on video, it just increases trust. So that's one factor. The other is how many ratings you have. If you have no ratings, then your first goal should be 20 reviews, bottom line. There's just something psychologically validating to seeing double-digit reviews, and even more so when the number of reviews begins with a 2 instead of a 1. So make 20 reviews your minimum first goal. Then you can move your way on to triple-digit reviews. Of course, this kind of curation requires actively pursuing views. Start simple with Amazon Vine. Amazon usually gives a Vine credit to new sellers. Use that credit, but don't stop there. Get inserts into your packaging that lead shoppers to leave reviews and to do incentivized reviews. Again, that's all above the fold, but there's a whole other world down here. Look, this is the danger zone, because these are all leaks where your shoppers can slip away, taking your profits with them while increasing your competitors' sales numbers like they're catching a free ride on a downhill-bound shopping cart. So our goal is to quickly recover any stray shoppers who have wandered into this danger area. Thankfully, Amazon created a series of assets that you can place here to recover lost shoppers. This is done with Amazon A+ content. Amazon's own internal data confirms what we've known for years. Product pages paired with basic A+ content experience up to a 10% increase in average sales. But the numbers only get more exciting with the new premium A+ content, which is enjoying a massive conversion rate boost of 15%. And look, when done right, my team has seen the numbers go upward of 35% and more. And a 35% increase in conversions does wonderful things to your bank account. Now, the great part of A+ content is that it allows for very large format creatives where you can just go hog wild on image design and wording. But there's a really famous saying in marketing that goes, buying decisions are based on emotions and backed up by logic. So because this section offers so much freedom in design and layout, we need to start again with the emotional. We hook them in with those desires. But then there's this part where we can help those analytical types who really just need to justify their emotional buy-in. We show and tell them exactly what they're gonna get. So here's where you can put a long list of features in a simple bullet list. And then you also just want some kind of visual that helps to illustrate each benefit too. So you can either use photos or videos or whatever works best for you. And it's super important because this is where you'll try to set yourself apart from your competitors by showcasing your product's differentiation. Those unique extras that the competition doesn't have. Or maybe these are things that your competitors do have, but they don't show it or talk about it. And if you're the only one talking about it and they're not, in the end, the results are the same. You win. But Amazon just finally let us add a section to this A+ content that has been proven successful on regular websites for decades. Amazon's new premium A+ content now lets you create facts. And yes, this is to proactively answer common questions that people ask you all the time. But more importantly, this is a place to quickly overcome sales objections. So think of your facts section almost like a virtual salesperson, making the case for your product as airtight as possible. So what are the top 5 questions that your shoppers need answered? Or what objections do they need settled before they feel comfortable taking the next step? Just write each one as a question, then address each one with your answer. And if it's an objection, then what's your best rebuttal against that objection? And for each fact, just give them your best answer and keep them really short. That's going to help you build even more trust and get you closer to the sale. Okay, so next we have a really simple call to action section. And this is just where you ask shoppers to make a purchase. Now, sadly, Amazon does not allow obvious calls to action, such as buy now or grab yours within the next 15 minutes, or some version of that. Instead, you have to be subtle, but you still need to ask for the sale. A subtle way to do this is simply to say, but don't take our word for it. Stock your medicine cabinet with Tussin, adult chest congestion, and see for yourself how satisfied customers are enjoying clean breathing without gulping down nasty cough syrups. But one problem I'm seeing right now is that too many Amazon sellers are patching together their listings and their marketing and their strategies from a bunch of YouTube videos, blog posts, Reddit threads, and TikToks, and then wondering why nothing's working. That's why I created the fastest path to $100,000 on Amazon. This is what I do for my clients, all packaged together and wrapped up for you. So just click that video right there, and I'll show you just how easy it all can be.